is Crone. My name is Melody. For those of you who are new to this channel, welcome. And welcome back to my returning subscribers from my other channels. I'm grateful for each and every one of you guys and all the love and support that you've been giving me on this YouTube journey. So today is May 22nd, 2026. So we're at a master number day, 22, which tells you to stay balanced and be careful of your choices. Okay. This is the third reading. This is for the element of fire, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. And so far, what I've been getting from the readings is 1, you are protected. Okay. You are loved. All right. 2, the divine is coming in and intervening in some things. Because of the fact of how protected you truly are for some of you. This is from my high vibrational collective, all right? Today, overall, 522 in the energetic year of 1 adds up to a 10, okay? So 10s are talking about you already have everything you need within you. That's why they're telling you to make positive choices in your life because you've already got everything you need, right? I just seen an orb fly by and I cleaned out my space. So you could have people violating your space. I got that in the earth element. People violate people's space, stepping on their toes. Not, how do I want to say this? The more enforce your boundaries, the more they think they can step. Okay? So be aware of all that, fire signs. I have my cat up here with me. It is raining outside, and every time it rains, he gets really, it like upsets him, makes him nervous and scared. Loki, my buddy. So everybody send Loki some love. No hate, just love. All right, so fire sign. Today is Friday, Goddess Day. Every Friday, we pull a goddess card. So let's go ahead and get started. What goddess wants to come through for the fire signs today? What goddess wants to come through for the fire element today? Please and thank you, Spirit. Alrighty. On the bottom of the deck, we have Sekhmet. So Sekhmet is, it says the red lady. I am pure strength. I honor my anger by giving a voice to it. All right. So to me, Sekhmet is, for one, somebody may be angry around you. Like I said, somebody violating your boundaries. Or maybe you're mad because somebody's violating your boundaries. 2, this reminds me of the Sophia thing, where it talks about Sophia fell, right? When she fell to earth, she broke apart, right? And she had to walk through this period of darkness to find all the broken pieces of herself, right? So that could be significant. You can see this looks like a cat. So you could have a cat spirit animal. And my cat, that is Loki. That's his name. So yeah, that is what I feel here. So we're going to go ahead and put that there. Marguerite Porete, the mystic of divine love. Love is divine. I am nothing except love. So for some of you, you may be transmuting some angry into love. Mary Bai, the saint of true freedom. Love is what sets me free. I am married to my own soul. So some of you may be coming into sacred union, which we also got in the element of earth, coming into that phoenix rising, coming into sacred union, where you're coming into true divine love. You are transmuting any insecurities, any anger. You are transmuting that Mars energy into love, transmuting it all into light and love. So let me get my Divine Feminine book here, and we're going to read Mira Bai. I know I've been having somebody attack my internet today, my live streams. I'd cancel and rebuke it just to let you know. So 84, number 84 for Mira Bai. 84 talks about being connected to divine source with that infinity symbol. Another 4, you are protected, right? 22 adds up to a 4. You have the 84, which adds up to a 3. So talks about your focus, right? Focus on love, right? Focus and accept divine love, because that's where your true freedom lies. Because you definitely have a female who is focused on anger. They're very angry. They could be voicing that anger. They could be like that Mars energy, angry, aggressive. And then you have that root chakra energy. So somebody could be very angry within your family or somebody in your surroundings. All right. So Mira Bai 84. Try to hold it so you can see it here. Mira Bai embodies a love that lets us do what's right for our own lives, no matter what others may think. So you may have somebody around you who is mad because why? Because you don't care if they're mad. You don't care what they think. You don't care what their opinion is. Their opinion does not matter, right? Their opinion does not matter. What they say and what they do does not matter to you. Why? Because you're standing in the power of the light, the power of love. Mira Bai, or Mira, is a Bhakti poet and mystic from Rajasthan, India. She was born a princess in the late 15th century. She is unwillingly married to Bhoj Ra, the crown prince of Mewar, in 1516. But she considered Krishna to be her true husband. Legend says that her husband tried to kill her several times for defying social customs. So, somebody who was angry could have been trying to unalive you several times for defying them, right? Maybe voicing something they what it gets, like, for instance, saying no, right? No, I don't care what you have to say. No, right? The no's a sentence, right? But each but in each of these legends, Mirabai's love for Krishna would miraculously save her. She wears the Krishna forehead marking on her third eye as a sign of devotion to him. Northern India in the 16th century was besieged by violent battles between Hindus and Muslims. Mirabai's husband, father, and father-in-law all died in the war with the Islamic army of Babur, the founder of the Mughal Empire. Mirabai refused to join her husband on his funeral pyre, and again defied social and cultural experience. Yeah, so somebody is mad because, like, maybe you socially don't want around them, or maybe they're mad and they're maybe because you're not pleasing them, right? You're not a people pleaser. You don't need their voice. You don't need their opinion. You don't need what they have, right? For some of you. She became the central poet saint of the Bhakti movement during this difficult period in Indian history. The Bhakti movement is a spiritual path focused on the cultivation of a personal love for the divine. It's a devotional form of worship that believes anyone can have direct access to the divine regardless of sex, caste, or religion. So you could have a religious sector or group who is mad because your belief system is different than theirs, right? What you see, like you may have different cultural belief systems. Maybe one of you are religious and the other one is spiritual. And because you don't believe in what they believe in, they're upset about it, right? They're upset about it for some of you out there. Nearby become the symbol of people suffering under the caste system and the persecution that anyone who tried to defy social or political standing. So this person could have made you suffer. They could have caused you a lot of suffering, a lot of pain. Because why? Because they were angry. Because why? Because you voiced your opinion and they didn't like it, right? They didn't like the fact that how you voiced it, or because of the fact that you even had an opinion, right? Um, Mirabai's poems are lyrical padas or love songs using metric verses, and they are so widely known and cherished because they relate to an ultimate freedom that Mirabai lived out her love for Krishna. Often without even realizing it, we make choices based on external expectations on how we think other people will perceive our actions. Mirabai is about doing what's right for you and no one else. Ultimately, only you can know what needs to be done or said. You have this one brief life, and every second of it matters. Mirabai is about standing up for what you know is right for you, even if others will judge you for it. So you're being judged. You're being judged because your belief system don't match with somebody and they're mad. A particular person, a particular female in your life. For the fear of being persecuted can convince us not to be true to who we really are. There's love, though, that's far larger than human constructs and cultural values. Love isn't ethical. Love isn't bound by any idea of what's socially acceptable. Love is what sets us free from the expectations that bind us. Love, in whatever way it finds us, asks us to stay loyal to your own soul. And force a person who asks us to betray our most intimate relationship with the divine isn't acting out of love. For Mirabai, her true husband wasn't she was married to. The love that made her brave, the love that inspired her every poem and action was divine love for Krishna. So the laws that bound her to the strict expectations of being a wife didn't actually apply to her. Love asks us to look at what really matters to us and what we truly value. And love asks to bravely defy expectations in order to be true to ourselves. Love wants us to marry our own soul. So some of you are coming into divine union and you don't need sexual intimacy to have love because love isn't sex, right? Sex is sex. True intimacy lies within our soul. When you are able to be intimate and be true to ourselves, that's what truth is. You don't need to go to church. You don't need somebody who goes to church to tell you what to believe in. If they want to go to church and believe in that, that's their decision. You can't tell them not to do that. And they have no right to tell you not to believe in their ways, right? It's like a back and forth energy. They don't have the right to tell you to believe in what they believe in if that's not your belief system. You don't have the right to tell them to believe in what you believe either. We all have free will to make the choices to believe in what we want to believe in. And I feel like that's the truth, right? Love what you want to love. That's going to set you free. So stand strong in your power. Don't allow somebody to project upon you something that is not true to what your soul wants you to walk, right? Somebody's angry. Somebody is very angry because you voice your opinion and they don't like the fact that you voice it. They don't like your truth. They feel their truth is the only truth. That's judgmental. You can't persecute somebody because they don't have the same belief system you do. And I keep hearing Karens, the Felicias. No judgment if you're a Karen or a Felicia and you have the free will to believe in what you believe in and you're standing in your power. No judgment. But I'm getting the Karens who like to cause division, the Karens who like to point fingers, the Felicias who like to point fingers. You're wrong. Your system is wrong. So I'm going to point my finger at you and persecute you and throw rocks at you and hang you on that cross because you don't believe in this. You don't believe in that. Listen, the only thing you need to believe in is yourself, not the neon God that they idolize, that jealous God that they idolize, because the true God isn't jealous. The true God is love. That's the true God. The true God is not a jealous God. The true God is not an envious God, right? The true God doesn't make you kneel down and pay for your ticket to heaven. The true God loves you regardless of things that you did or your belief system. That was a tangent. Sorry. So you could sit at home every day and pray without going to that church and kneeling. That's your decision. That's your free will. Nobody has the right to infringe on your free will. Marguerite Porte is a 17 and 8. So you got 8 coming through here. Or 8 and 3, which is a master number 11. Number 17. Fire signs. This beautiful goddess is the essence of divine love, and the truth that we all are is love. Marguerite was a French Beguine born in the mid 13th century. The Beguine movement was a spiritual revival among women in the late Middle Ages that emphasized an imitation of Christ's life. The Beguines, whatever, or holy women lived together in a semi-monastic community. They were not nuns. They did not take formal vows and could leave at any point, but they lived a shared spiritual intention. Marguerite wrote a spiritual masterpiece titled The Mirror of the Simple Souls. It reveals the spiritual process she went through to be transformed by divine love. I am God, says love, for love is God, and God is love. And this soul is God by the condition of what did I just say? What did I just say? It's unconditional. We are all part of the divine. God, our souls, the light within us, of unconditional love, without judgment, without persecuting other people because they don't believe in what we believe in. I love it. In 1306, the Bishop of Cambrai deemed her work heretical and condemned it to be burned by Porte's presence. Even so, it continued to circulate widely through the Middle Ages, and in some ecclesiastical centers. I'm sorry I pronounced it. ecclesiastical centers. It was embraced as an almost canonical piece of the theology. Porete was ordered to stop citing her book to recite her ideas of God as love, but she refused. Marguerite was arrested and as a relapsed heretic and a free spirit, which included the belief that humans could achieve union with divine. Yes. The Catholic Church conducted an unprecedented trial to decide her fate. Like Joan of Arc, much of her life is recorded because of the transcripts of her lengthy trial. She maintained her truth and that the soul has no other will but God's, and that when the soul is united with God's love, the state of union causes the soul to transcend the contradictions of the world. She suggested that we can be transformed by divine love into love itself, which isn't separate from God, and that ultimately no outside source is needed in this transformation. What did I just say? What did I just say? I didn't even read it, right? I just knew it. I feel it. It's between the soul and God alone. Marguerite was burned at the stake in 1310. The Mirror of the Simple Souls continued to gain in popularity, but was distributed as an anonymous text until 1946, when Ramona, I don't even know how to pronounce that name, identified Latin manuscripts of the Mirror in the Vatican. Marguerite's name returned to the text when it was published for the first time in 1965. There is nothing more powerful than remembering that we are loved, and there's nothing or no one outside of us that is needed in order to realize this. It's between our experience of the divine and our own soul. We can let go of what we think we need to prove or who we think we need to be in order to receive love because we remember that we are love. Then we can stand in that truth, even through flames. Marguerite is a courageous truth teller, and the truth of her experience is that love alone can free us. Not the love another might give us, not the love of family or of friends. All of this is powerful and significant, but the true source of love for us is, in fact, that we are soul, and the soul is in union with the divine. She reminds us that we've forgotten that love is the essence of who we are, and that true love is found within. Marguerite says, love has no beginning, no end, and no limit. And I am nothing except love. This is time to own and to know the truth more fully. It is the most profound and radical act we can ever take, knowing that love we already are. So, your soul is telling you, how can I feel the love that I am more deeply? The intention, love is divine, and I am nothing except love. So you got somebody who is mad because your belief system and their belief system is not the same. But you're being asked to stand in your power, stand in your strength, stand in your courage to free yourself from these people who don't believe in the same thing you believe. Don't judge, right? Don't judge them, right? This is somebody who's very religious, somebody who could even be as far as Catholic, because underneath her, we have Fatima. Religion is not a building. Religion isn't jealous, envy. Religion isn't the seven deadly sins. Jealousy is a seven deadly sin. Jealousy is envy. Envy, greed, sloth, gluttony, pride, lust. Seven deadly sins. Alrighty. So, what is hidden? Beautiful goddesses, reveal what is hidden today. 522 2026. Reveal what is hidden today. Reveal to us something that's hidden. There's a mess out there. Look, one card popped up. The map maker of destiny, authentic purpose, inspiration, and free will. So what is hidden is you got somebody who's trying to infringe on somebody's free will. But he's coming up as an ally. Prince Hawk, spiritual communication, pay attention. So you're definitely getting some sort of communication here. You get some sort of communication. Somebody's trying to, there's a plan. Like they're trying to strategize here, which is really weird because in the earth element, I had a very strong buzz, hum, vibration in my left ear. When I get that in my left ear, that usually means I'm getting spiritual communication. However, I haven't been trusting it because I've had a coven, literally a coven, who have been astral traveling into my house, violating my boundaries, and buzzing in my ear because they know that that's the ear that I get my communication from the divine from. All right. So, and that infringes upon my free will. Okay. So the 24, the 5 and 1 adds up to a 6. So you're being asked to stay balanced and trust that you're protected. All right. So map maker of destiny. So what is hidden is the fact that somebody is infringing on somebody's free will when it comes to spiritual communication. And somebody may be mad because why? Maybe you received the spiritual communication, but they're blocked off due to their judgment, due to their persecuting, pointing fingers, because true love doesn't persecute. True love doesn't judge. True love doesn't bully. I had to go through all that. I understand that. I went through that dark night of the soul. I get it. I get it. So, fire signs. It says ally challenger. When the map maker of destiny appears, it's a sign that you're being given an opportunity to transform fate into destiny. Each human being is given a unique map with a myriad of paths that intersect with one another. Your map of destiny shows all the places you're meant to visit, places where you will be challenged to evolve into a higher aspect of self. Remember that you're a spark of the divine come to earth. Yes, you are a spark of the divine. I'm telling you. Look, two females and a male to come into union. Second, to come into union within thyself. As such, your path is unique. It's also somewhat preordained. The fate represents the events in your life that were meant to happen and that you can't change. Fate is transformed into destiny according to how you respond to your circumstances. Destiny offers you the ability to make great opportunities out of fated experiences. So, free will and choice are possible at certain points on your map. May 22nd, 2 2. Mastering something, mastering making a choice, right? Mastering making a choice, standing in your divine essence of love, of freedom, of divine union within yourself. Now is one of those times you're faced with a relationship or a circumstance brought to you by fate. Your respond will lead you into perfect destiny. So, yeah, your response today, 22, mastering something, your choice of how you respond to a particular person, somebody who could be mad, somebody judging you, somebody who could be persecuting you. Your ally may assume the form of a soulmate, come to heal your heart, or be your companion. Perhaps your challenger may make you face the things within you that must change in order for you to express highest good. Maybe fate brings you an ally in the form of a wonderful new project or a challenger in the form of a failed business. No matter which form they take, all are perfect expressions of fate inviting you into your destiny. Pay attention as your map unfolds now. Remember that fate makes the map, but destiny is determined by the manner in which you engage your destiny. So, what is hidden is how you react to a situation and the choice that you make, whether it is fated or destined. So, you're being asked to what? Pay attention to as your map unfolds now. 1, 2, 4, 11, 2, 4, 1, 1. Those could all be significance, right? You need to trust the process. There's a divine plan in order. So something hidden is being brought to the light on your in your journey. This is an important key. Okay, how do I want to explain this? Okay, I don't know. Some of you may think of it as PowerPoint, but us older generation, when we were in school, they would teach us how to lay out. Like if you were writing say a short story, first you would put the headline, the what's this story about? Name your story. And then the next thing they would do is pinpoint. This is the first paragraph of your story. This is the main part of this next paragraph. Then you would write the paragraph. Then you'd go into the next one. This is the main of this next paragraph, right? Well, that's the way our souls imprint or our souls uh but contract is right. The soul's contract is. You have certain key moments in your soul contract that is going to write that paragraph into your Akashic records. Well, Spirit is telling you, A is your message. You are in this part of this key moment of that, the headline of the next paragraph of your life. I know they call PowerPoint. I can't think of the word that they when we were kids. But that's where we're at. That key moment, that headline, right? You may not realize it, but you're going to realize it really soon. All right. So let's go ahead. So you have free will, your choice. You have free will with your choice. So the choice that you make is either going to bring you a blessing or it's going to be a lesson. And how you respond is how you're creating it. Are you going to respond to bring a blessing or are you going to respond to bring a lesson? Right? That's why it's free will. That's why they're not giving you the answer. So some of you are going to be tested. This is like a test. What are the crows hiding from the fire signs? What are the crows hiding from the fire signs? Or, yeah, what are the crows hiding? What are the crows warning us about? Thank you, Spirit. Oh, yeah, there's somebody from your past coming. For some of you, there's somebody from your past. They're looking for a fight. They're looking for a fight because they're angry. They're mad. Seven of Swords are going to try to trick you. They're going to verbally manipulate you to get you to fight. But you need to know you're protected. So what you need to do is protect yourself from this. And one of the ways to do that is to grab a piece of amethyst to help transmute that toxicity. Yeah. So yeah, somebody from your past, or this could be necromancy itself. But you have somebody from your past who is going to come in and verbal manipulate you. Remember, I had that earring, that sharp earring, and I thought it was spirit. But I knew it. I said that. I felt like I was being tricked with that verbal manipulation. They're hiding something. See that seed in the ground or that food in the ground? They're hiding something. They're hiding their true intention, is what they're doing. And they're going to try to trick you so that they're trying to do something on purpose to trick you, to take you off of your path, to try to take you off your path. So be aware of that. Yeah, so we are going to read the ghosts. And I seen the orb. I should have known. I should have known that it was necromancy whispering in my ear. They crossed my boundary. I even put up a boundary. I saged everything. It's like they don't care. They don't care. They're just going to continue to violate my boundaries. They've been playing with my iPad too. All right, ghost. Shadows of the past. Let them visit, but don't let them stay because they no longer hold substance in your world. So this is definitely somebody from your past. Like I said, coming to trick you out of your destiny. But it's sneaky. Their words are very manipulative. They're actually looking for a fight, looking to throw hands. So they're going to make you angry to throw hands. People just, the thing is, fire signs, if this is you, and I'm not talking to my particular fire sign out there that watches my regularly. I'm not talking to you, okay? But for my lower vibrational fire signs that like to stalk my channel, right? There's the orb who think it's okay to violate my boundaries, who's okay to try to trick me, you know? Mm-hmm. Do you think for 1 second I don't know your tricks? I cancel and rebuke you. Get out of my house. Alrighty. So, Map Maker of Destiny. Show me a little bit more about this hidden agenda. Show me a little bit more about this hidden agenda. Six of Raphael. So it's definitely somebody from the past. It's somebody who's being very immature. Very immature. Somebody is being nostalgic. Absolutely somebody from the past. Absolutely. Could be somebody younger than you. Being very immature. They're coming in. They want to rekindle a relationship with you. They could be coming in and saying, "Oh, I love you," right? "I love you. Let's get married." The Star card. So it could be an Aquarius. A Star card in reverse talks about somebody who's hopeless. This talks about somebody who needs to do some healing, somebody who needs to do some inner child healing. Aquarius may want to come back in rekindle a relationship. The answer is no. I'm just letting you know. The answer is no. They don't want something to end, or maybe they're questioning why something ended and they want to rekindle it. They could be watching you like a hawk, waiting for the right time. doing something on purpose. This is somebody who's definitely infringing on your free will. Could be a fire sign working with an Aquarius. Clarify the star card in reverse. Yep. Coming in is a divine masculine. Somebody who's a control freak, right? Could be a Leo, Aquarius, and an Aries. Aries in reverse. Aries, I think, is in Mars. Aries is somebody who is talks about first impressions, talks about identity. Yeah, they're trying to identify themselves as your divine masculine, but in all actuality, this is somebody who's very unstable, somebody who's very controlling, somebody who's a risk taker, somebody who could come into somebody's dreams, somebody who's very immature, somebody who is trying to control a narrative here. Yeah, somebody who's been taking their time, right? Making some sort of a divine plan here. Somebody who's been working up the courage to come up with some sort of a plan or a way to get you to trust them again, right? Somebody who's definitely a plan. Somebody who wants to repeat a past cycle with you. I feel like this person is very karmic. This person could be one to come in and say, please forgive me, right? I feel like you definitely have somebody in a spirit realm watching over you, right? They're watching over you, spirit communication, and they're letting you know about this plan that this person has, right? I am pure strength, strength card. They could be playing on your heart because the strength card rules your heart space. Six 11 could be significant. 6 and a 4, which is a 10. Mm-hmm. They could be think it's funny, violating your space, infringing on your free will. I feel like this person is trying to work up the courage to come towards you. But this is like a hopeless situation. I don't even know why they would do it. Like, there's no hope in it, right? It's like they want to earn trust back, is what I feel. They want to earn your trust back because I feel like they broke it. But this is somebody who's a control freak. But here you are, somebody who has tamed the beast, right? You've tamed the beast, and no longer allowing anger to control you, right? You understand something. You understand this person's motive because your spirit team has already warned. Yep. This person is coming to your dreams, cause you a lot of nightmares, cause you a lot of sleepless nights. And that's really crazy because today's Friday, Thursday, Wednesday. Wednesday night at 3, Wednesday morning at 3 o'clock in the morning, I had a right earring. My right earring means somebody's talking smack about me, right? And I was up and I turned on angel frequencies, tuning forks, and erased it because I'm like, you're not going to let me do it. I rolled right back over and went back to sleep. And I let the angels handle it. So 666, this person could have some sort of an entity attachment. They could be laughing at your pain, laughing at the fact that, they can play mind games with you or think that they can. This person's trying to infringe on your free will by getting into your head, right? Trying to inspire you to off of your, like, to inspire you to take a wrong turn on your destiny. Trying to get you to focus your attention on this worry, this anxiety. This person's been in your dreams. These people or this person's been in your dreams. This is somebody who is trying to control dreams, trying to control your thoughts. Mm-hmm. But I feel like you made a decision here, right? You made a decision here you already knew what to do, right? You made that decision. You already knew what to do. So give me why the crows warning about these ghosts of the past. Yep, you're being asked to take a look at faith. Don't let this ghost stay. Listen to your heart, right? Listen to your heart. Do what makes you happy. Who cares about these people and what they feel, right? How they feel. It is whatever is going on with them, whatever they did was a bad decision, right? It was very unnecessary what they did. This could have been a father figure. Mm-hmm. Ghost, leap of faith. Ghost and leap of faith. So today's the 22nd, 23rd, 24th. Something could be happening Sunday. And I think they came through the water signs as well. Yeah, somebody may want to come in and apologize for not inviting you somewhere. Somebody may want to collaborate now. The King of Michael, this could be talking about working with an authority figure, maybe a cop or a PI, right? Somebody could have been working with a PI behind the scenes, trying to backstab, betray somebody, doing some sneaky, shady BS, right? Making some sort of a plan here. Yeah, somebody was definitely working with a PI. Somebody was working with a cop, a private investigator of some sort, an authority figure of some sort. Mm-hmm. Be it sneaky, shady, lying, like spread a lot of rumors and lies to an authority figure. Yeah, out of envy, jealousy. Past lover. Somebody was working with a fire sign, a past lover working with a fire sign. Alrighty. 3 of Raphael. Somebody had some sort of an addiction, or it could have been a family member, an extended family member, um, working together within the community, right? Somebody within the community, an extended family member, and now they could be sick. Somebody could be focusing in on your life, going into your dreams. Somebody with the community, around your community, with the Aquarius, it talks about fake friends, your society, so maybe a secret society or somebody within your community, spine line gossiping, right? Yeah, look at this. Wanted somebody to miss an opportunity. So what did they do? Cause them a lot of pain and suffering, mental pain and suffering. So somebody may have an opportunity to work with an authority figure to possibly sue somebody within the community for all the pain and suffering that they've caused them, mentally, emotionally, physically, and spiritually. The Ten of Swords in the upright position talks about being backstabbed, being betrayed, causing somebody a lot of mental suffering, right? Right? Making them feel trapped, like preying on their downfalls. All right, so let's pull a final card for the fire signs. So now somebody may want to come in and ask for your forgiveness. You know what I'm feeling? I feel like two people work together, three people work together, right? To try to set you up with an authority figure, like a cop, a judge, something like that in the past. And it didn't work. And now they're angry. And I feel like one of them wants to come in and rat the other person out, is what I feel. I feel like they want to come in and rat the other person out because they're under karma. They could literally be in jail. Somebody's in spiritual jail. 2 and a 9, 11. Somebody is in spiritual jail. And it definitely could be an extended family member or somebody that you called family. 11, 11 here. Yep. For trying to take something, maybe tried to rob their home, their own mother's home, perhaps. Right? The 4 of Gabriel in reverse talks about somebody who's homeless, trying to make somebody homeless. Now they're under spiritual jail. Right? Working with other people, spreading a lot of rumors, wanting to win at all costs. Now they lost their spiritual protection. Now they want to come back in and make something right. Right? They want to make something right because they're no longer the victim. The 5 of Cups in reverse talks about, well, in the upright position, it talks about grief. It talks about loss, right? The Tower moment. Somebody who's refusing to change something. So somebody is refusing to change the victim mentality. So like I said, they want to come in and verbally trick you into fighting. Mm-hmm. But I feel like the divine stopped them in their tracks, is what I feel. Yeah. They worked with a tarot reader, a magician, a master manipulator, right? Somebody who thought that they mastered their craft. This is somebody who's a master manipulator. Somebody who offered some sort of, maybe did a tarot card reading, or somebody who, you know, used their psychic abilities to look into something, look into somebody's Akashic records. Definitely a coven. Spine line gossiping. Right there. Page of Swords. Spine line gossiping. Somebody could have signed a contract. Somebody could have did it to get initiated into a coven. Somebody also could be spine line gossiping because you don't believe in the traditional religion. All right, let's finalize this reading because I could go on forever. Give me a final message to the fire signs, please, and thank you. Your transformation is here. You're the phoenix rising up out of the ashes. Thank you, Zakiel, for supporting me transform from my past challenges. So this is somebody from your past. Absolutely. Somebody from your past who made the choice to infringe on trying to manipulate your head, exert, like, how do I want to say this? Somebody who was trying to manipulate your free will, put a stronghold on your mind, who is a control freak. Somebody who doesn't know what true love is. Somebody who doesn't know what real love is. They think that handing somebody a pound of money or a bunch of money is love. Like somebody who likes to buy people's love, they feel that that's what love is, right? So this person wants to come forward with you. They want you to take the leap of faith. But here comes Freya. Freya is coming up in this mess. There is a beginning with every ending. Illusions are being revealed and released. So this person was really trying to play mind, trying to like free will. They were really messing with your free will. They were trying to control your free will by casting illusions over you, casting illusions over right, over your spiritual connection, like messing with your head, right? They were trying to control your thoughts by manipulating you. As somebody who was watching over you, somebody who was very kind, but in all actuality, they were a verbal manipulator. But Freya is coming through saying, there's a beginning with every ending. Illusions are being revealed and released. You are done with this past. You are done with these challenges. You are going through a transformation. Signs in heaven. So you're definitely seeing signs in your sleep about your blessings because you're very gifted of premonition dreams like I do. Yep. When it comes to what you're creating. So synchronicities, you're definitely seeing the signs and synchronicities. 1111. 666. This person could have tried to steal your identity, right?